So I saw something interesting the other day. It was a clip from a TV show called Ted Lasso, or it was a TV show about a character named Ted Lasso. I'm not sure because I never watched TV, but this was interesting. Oh, and I saw it, by the way. I saw this on one of those Facebook Reels, YouTube short video, never ending series of short video clips that sucks you in, and before you know it, 14 hours have passed. Insidious time suckers, stay away from them. Anyway, yeah, but that's where I found this interesting video clip. So anyway, in this scene from this show, Ted Lasso, uh, Ted, I guess the main character, is throwing darts, and he's smiling as he's relating this story about some people who used to make fun of him or used to tease him or something, and it bothered him until he came to the realization that these people didn't really know him, didn't know anything about him. So what they were saying really was meaningless. They didn't know what they were talking about. And this realization came through a quote by Walt Whitman that said, "Be curious, not judgmental." Now, two things about this. As it relates to the show, yeah. And as it, I wish I had known this about 45 years ago. But yeah, oftentimes when people are saying shit about you or people you know or just things in general, sometimes, yeah, they have no idea what they're talking about. So don't worry about it. But more importantly, the focus of this quote and the what's all behind it is for us to be aware and for us to take some action in some way. It's for us to be more curious, to be less judgmental. And I know I can be extremely quickly, confidently judgmental about people, about situations, about things, which is pretty ridiculous because I do it without really knowing what the heck I'm talking about. Oh, and a third thing. This is cool because it kind of ties into the New Year's resolution I made, which was to not hesitate, not think about going up and talking to someone, asking someone a question, striking up a conversation with someone, with a stranger, just doing it and being curious about people and being curious about the world around you. Uh, that ties into what I'm trying to do. So I see this as really making things more interesting for myself, making the world more interesting, but also doing a service to myself and the people around me. Now, of course, there has to be some nuance here, right? Because yeah, I don't think I want to just walk up to some random stranger and say, "Hey, how do you get through airport security with all those piercings all over your face?" They may or may not punch me. Uh, yeah, on the other hand, I can do it in Japan because people probably won't punch me. But people in Japan also are kind of reticent and aren't too comfortable with random strangers coming up and asking them questions like, "Hey, everyone on the train's going to work. Everyone's wearing black suits and black skirts. Why are you wearing green?" Probably won't get too far with that. But the point is being curious. And by being curious, you really make the world around you a more interesting place and it makes the world more interesting for you. Uh, and it reminds me of this situation a couple years ago. I was here in Japan at some sporting event, and in the stands, there was this kid with a varsity jacket on from a high school near where I grew up in New Jersey. Now, how this varsity jacket got from New Jersey to Japan, I have no idea. And I posted about it. I'm like, this is so weird. And my mom, rightfully, said, "Well, did you ask him?" I didn't. And I should have, of course. And it might have been a really good story. So, what it boils down to is what Ted Lasso was talking about, but more importantly, what Walt Whitman was saying about being curious. Yeah, some people don't know what they're talking about. Don't worry about it. But more importantly, know what you're talking about. And if you don't, that's cool. But be curious. Ask questions. Strike up that conversation. Or if that's not your thing, there are plenty of other ways to go out and be curious about the world. But that's adding to, not only adding to, but tying into the things I want to do as far as my New Year's resolutions are concerned. Uh, Things are snowballing, so things are going to get interesting. But I'm pretty interested to see where this whole idea is going to take me. Thanks for stopping by, guys. Talk again soon.